You are not a victim. I know some of you guys might hear that and go like, well, wait, these people did all these things to me. This has happened to me. I've had such an awful life. Such like terrible things have happened to me. No. As somebody who has gone through some of the most deplorable things you can think of, I've gone through so much. I want to let you know this is one of the most empowering mindsets you could have. You are not a victim. Sure, they cheated on you. Sure, this person treated you awfully. Sure, these people talk to you like behind your back, but you take that and be like, well, I'm not gonna let you control me. I'm not gonna let what these people did to me control me, because the label of victim is not what I'm going to be. The label of a victim takes away who you are as a person completely. Ignore those sounds. My cat's like got the zoomies right now. Her name is Juniper, if you don't know. But yeah, no, whenever you claim to be a victim, whenever you allow yourself to think you're a victim, you are taking away your own power, you are stripping it, and you are flushing that down the toilet. You are taking your own power from yourself. Whenever people do awful things to you, whenever people do horrible things to you, whenever life throws awful situations your way, and I say awful, like awful, you take those and you learn from them. You take those and you take the lessons from them, because I think personally that awful things, awful experiences, painful experiences are the biggest teacher in life. Whenever life throws awful things your way, terrible things your way, you take them and you stand up and you learn from them. You take them and you go through them, you feel the pain, and then you sit there with yourself and you go, well, what did I take from this? How can I be a better person after experiencing this? How can I treat others better after seeing how this experience made me feel? Because at the end of the day, every single person is a victim in some way or another. And it's up to the individual to take the power from that. It's up to you to learn from it. It's up to you to stand up and go, well, no, I'm not going to allow this to take control of my life. It's up to you to learn from it. And doing that in itself is just an incredibly empowering and strong thing to do. Because, hold on, sorry, I mute my phone. You need to wear that as a badge. Like, yeah, I went through that. Yeah, I experienced that, but I came out the other end, and I came out stronger. Stronger as in somebody who learned from said experience. Stronger as somebody who learned what not to be from it. There is, I believe, a lot of power in experiencing hardship and awful things, because at first you're like, well, everything is so bad, everything is so awful, these people were doing this to me, somebody cheated on me, my parents abused me, like, I'm so, like, sad, and I can't, like, it gives me a right to be, like, pitiful the rest of my life. It gives me a right to be just miserable and bring everybody around me down. No. I'm sorry, this might be the last thing you want to hear, but pick yourself the hell up. Pick yourself up. It's honestly kind of pathetic, and I have a right to say this as somebody who has went through crazy things. Somebody who has, ask anybody in my life right now, they will tell me that I'm a magnet to awful people and awful scenarios. I'm just saying that to push that out of the way. I don't want any comments like, well, you don't understand this. No, I do understand, and I've picked myself up from every single experience that has brought me down like that. Every single time. Alright, so, yeah, I just want to make a point that you become so much more powerful whenever you take all of these disgusting, awful things that have been disgusting and awful in quotation marks, I mean, things that have been thrown at you through life. You take them and you sit down and you think on how they taught you. You think on how they taught you stuff, and how to be a better person to others, how to be a better person to yourself. because at the end of the day, life is never going to throw you awful experiences just for the fun of it. They're learning experiences almost every single time. And I know it is so easy to just go, life is so awful, all these things keep happening, like, all these things are just so terrible, life is just such a horrible thing, and we all need to accept it despite everything. No! Everything is 1,000% subjective. 1,000%. Sure, objectively, there are terrible things going on in the world. There are terrible things happening to you, happening to me, happening to everybody around us. It is down at the end of the day to your mindset, what you take from that, and how you process it, and how you bring it back out into the world. At the end of the day, it is up to you to determine how to use that information you've been blessed with. And I know it is crazy for me to say blessed with. It is crazy for me to say that bad experiences are a blessing, but they really are. They are a blessing in disguise. They teach you to be stronger in yourself. They teach you to be stronger in yourself. And I just want to let you guys know that today, you are not a victim. Whenever you label yourself as a victim, you are automatically setting yourself up to be treated like in your own life, like shit. And that's whenever you begin to accept it. You begin to accept it, and you begin to accept all this awful treatment for other people, because you're like, well, that's just the way life is. I'm just so sad. I just have such a terrible, awful life. No! You decide how good your life is. You decide that for yourself. You can't just have all this disgusting, awful treatment thrown at you and decide, well, that's just how my life is. That's just how life is, and I'm just gonna keep living pathetically. Because that is pathetic. At the end of the day, it is pathetic, and I'm very passionate on this topic specifically because I have had so much BS thrown my way my entire life, and I consider every single experience a blessing because I know how to treat other people better. I know how to be better for other people. I know how to be better for myself. You are not a victim. Victim mentality is an awful thing. It shouldn't even exist. It shouldn't even exist. Because you are taking away your own power in that sense. You are taking away your own power when you label yourself as somebody who just deserves this awful treatment or deserves this terrible life. Because that is just frankly not true. And you are giving yourself some sort of truth, some sort of belief that is silly, to be frank. It's silly. This is Juniper. But yeah, it is silly. Whenever you tell yourself that you deserve bad things, or that bad things just happen to you because of who you are choosing that life for yourself. You are choosing a life for yourself where bad things come to you, or where you're just some sort of victim, and where you deserve pity. Pity, it feels good sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been there. I've been the victim. I've indulged in it. I've felt that way, and I've tried to get sympathy from others from feeling that way. It feels good very temporarily, and then after that, you just feel awful. You feel awful, and you perpetuate your own misery, and that's just not how you're supposed to be. That's just not a productive way to live. It's not, and you need to learn to pick yourself up and take the lessons from that, and then move forward. Adopt a positive philosophy, like, okay, this thing happened to me and it taught me this. I'm okay with this. I won't let it take over my life. I won't let it define who I am as a person, because at the end of the day, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is a topic I'm specifically passionate about because I learned of it from a very young age. I had an awful upbringing. I have awful upbringing. I'm very grateful for it, actually, but in objective terms, I would call it that. I've not been treated very good a majority of my life, and at the end of the day, I am grateful for it. I am so incredibly grateful for all of the awful things that have happened to me my entire life, because I have learned to treat others better and to treat myself better through it. You are not a victim. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up and empower yourself. You are stronger than a lot of people because of the things you've gone through. You are strong because of that. If you can take the knowledge you can learn from that and apply it to yourself, that is an incredible thing. It is an admirable thing. Anyway, I hope this reaches who it needs to. And if you guys have any experience on the topic, if you guys have any input on this specifically, please comment below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I know I can't reply to all comments because lately they've been kind of flooding in, but I do read most of them, and I would love if you guys shared your input, how you got over a victim mentality and such. And yeah, peace, guys. Share your input, and I'll see you guys later.